their two heels joined together and their feet forming a perfect right angle or a 90-degree angle, you can pretty much bet that that's such an unnatural stance that is a dead giveaway that that person is a Master Mason.
Unnatural and uncomfortable, I might add, to anybody who's stood. You're forced to stand like this when you become initiated. And also when you return the ritual, you have to do memory work and memorize the ritual and then give it back before you are raised to the sublime degree of a Master Mason. It's a dead giveaway because nobody stands like that naturally. It's just not a comfortable position to stand.
And why would someone stand like that? Would they do that in a room full of strangers to let other Freemasons who might be in the room know that it's okay to come and have some kind of a fellowship with them because they're a Freemason?
I myself have stood just like that for that very purpose. Because it's just noticeable. It's a way of broadcasting who you are and talking to the rest of the world without the rest of the world being able to interpret what exactly you are saying.
In other words, if you're not a Mason, you might look over and say, boy, that guy's kind of a nut. Look at the way he's standing. Whereas a Freemason would say, that's a brother of the craft. I'm going to go and meet this fellow.
Absolutely, that's generally the way it works. Most people just aren't aware of all these signs and symbols incorporated into the craft. But a Mason lives and breathes these things. Every time he goes to lodge, he takes on this position. He does the hand signals. He usually gives the handshake to his fellow brothers just to keep in practice. These things are so much a part of Masonry and of Masons that they spot them wherever they go.
Okay, so we know the handshake, we know the heel-to-heel in the right angle. We talked in the last broadcast about I raise my hand to the square or I raise my arm to the square. And what are some of the others?
Well, the others are the hand signals, and these are also used in every single lodge meeting. And these are, to Masons, these are what are most easily and most commonly used to communicate between Masons their identity. Of the first degree, the hand signal is you take your left hand, palm upward, and put it near your waist, and then your right hand palm downward, just above your left hand, forming a bit of a cube, and you hold your hands like such, and that's the symbol, the hand signal of the first degree. Now the penal sign, as they call it, is taking the right hand and drawing it in a slashing motion across the neck, and this refers to the penalty of the first degree, which is having your throat slit from ear to ear.
Now, if this were truly a benevolent fraternal organization, why in the world would they have an oath and a penal sign to tell other members that they could have their throats slit? And there are many others, depending upon what degree and what oath we're talking about. Why would they do that if they were really and truly a benevolent fraternal organization, bearing in mind that grown men take their oaths very seriously if they understand the oaths and they're not being defrauded or lied to when they take the oath, and fully intend to carry out whatever oaths that they take. This is not a joke. They're not children. This is not play on the playground.
The question answers itself. You're absolutely right. This is not a joke. In fact, it's deadly serious. These are the heart secrets of the majority of the craft. Even though they're not illuminated brethren, even though they don't really know what's going on around them or what they're doing, they have sworn to keep these secrets above all else, because if a non-Mason or a member of the profane knows these secrets, he can just walk right into a lodge and sit down and be exposed to everything within.
I hope you're listening, folks. Now, just for the benefit of our listeners or someone who may have just tuned in, or any of your fellow brother Masons out here who may be listening. Now, you took the oath, but you're revealing the secrets. Why are you revealing the secrets if you took the oath?
Because I took the oath under a fraudulent contract as such. I was told that it was a benevolent organization, that it dealt with charity, that it was arranged around God. All three of those things are bold-faced lies, and I can prove their falsehood. In fact, anybody can prove their falsehood with just a moment's bit of research. There are many more reliable sources than I for information that you can go to find out the true nature of this craft, and many religions in the world, including the Baptists and the Mormons, have condemned Freemasonry as being exactly what it purports not to be. It's not benevolent, it's not charity organized, and it's not centered around God.
Well, it's funny that you mentioned that the Mormons have condemned Freemasonry when they carry out the exact same rituals that are carried out in a Masonic lodge in their temple ceremonies. And most Mormons are indeed, as was Joseph Smith, members of the Masonic Lodge. Our research shows that the public statements of the Mormon Church are often, and I mean often, contradictory to their true beliefs and what they really practice in their daily lives within the temple. They are, in fact, a secret society, a secret organization that practices the same rites as the Masonic Lodge within their temple and have the same goal, and that is that the practitioners of the religion of the Mormon Church will, in fact, become God. And that is, of course, what the other secret societies, and we're talking right now the Freemasons, they're really all the same organization. They're working toward becoming God.
It is. It's a quest after godhood, and all I can say about the Mormons and their many, many similarities to Masons is that a pagan is a pagan is a pagan. It's nature worship. They believe in the laws of the universe as being what they have to answer to, and if you know these laws, you can manipulate the populace. It's elitism at its very best.
Now, let me ask you this for the benefit of our listeners also. Many people write me letters and say, hey, my dad or my uncle or my cousin or my friend is a Freemason, and I've asked him about these things, and they've told me that it's not true, that it's all a lie. Will Freemasons lie to hide the truth?
Every single time, if the truth will give away what they don't want to give away. In fact, I've been lied to by brothers in the craft that are allegedly or supposedly teaching me and instructing me in what goes on. If they told the truth, it would scare away their members and it would end up in universal condemnation of what they're doing. No reasonable and moral person could possibly subject themselves to such bloody oaths and to such total secrecy.
Not only that, but the oaths themselves, they're sworn to secrecy. So if you were to ask them to tell you the secrets or the truth about the practices, the rituals, the true religion of the Masonic Lodge, they are sworn not to tell you. So therefore they would have to lie. And the only reason that you are telling is because you discovered that the oaths that you had taken and the purposes for which you thought the Masonic fraternity was organized, it just is not true at all. So therefore, everything that you participated in under fraudulent conditions.
That is exactly true, and as such, I don't consider myself to be bound by those oaths because I was lied to before I entered into those oaths. This is common law. This is the law of many lands. It also makes perfect common sense that both parties have to know what is going on in all terms of the contract before they can be held accountable for their deeds within that contract.
That's correct. And the oaths that you took, you thought were for a different purpose and to a different God than the God that you discovered and the purpose that you finally discovered. So folks out there, when you go and ask your relatives or your friends or your cousins or your business associates questions about the lodge, about Freemasonry, about any secret society, no matter what name it is, the Rose and Cross, Knights Templars, the Knights of Malta, the Order of St. John of Jerusalem, any of these people, they cannot and will not tell you the truth because it is forbidden to them. And in fact, if they do, they could find themselves suffering the consequences of the very oaths they took, not to reveal these secrets. Now, what are some of the other signs that we have not discussed?
Okay, I covered the first degree. The second degree we've also partially covered. The sign of the second degree is to hold your right arm extended outward with the elbow at a right angle and the hand facing up, palm forward. And the penal sign of that is to draw your right hand across your chest from left to right in a claw-like motion, which refers to the penalty of the second degree, which is to have your breast torn open and your heart and vitals taken thence and given as to the birds of the air and beasts of the field. That's an exact quote from the ritual, by the way. And the third degree consists of both hands palm down, extended outward at the waist, And then to draw the hand across the waist from left to right, which refers to have your body torn in twain, which is the penalty of the revealing the secrets of the third degree, is to have your body torn in twain and the parts carried north and south. That is again a direct quote from the ritual.
So the first one is the recognition signal, and the second is what you call the penal sign.
Yes, that's true.
And are there other signs